Today I'm sitting here with one of the generals, man. Y'all just don't know, man. It's about to go down. He gonna hit y'all with these gems today, supporting B.O.B.S. Tell them a little bit about yourself, my brother.
How you doing, man? It ain't real gems, it's just life lessons.
Life lessons.
Rashawn McDonald. I operate Glazzem Gourmet Funnel Cakes, LLC. My wife also operates the business building movement. And we got another business venture coming as well.
Okay. So how'd you get started? What made you think of funnel cakes out of all the food trucks? You know, it's different, unique, and it's good as a motherfucker, though. For real.
To be honest, we went out of town to Columbus for what is called a Red, White, and Boom. It's like a firework display for the 4th of July. And when we were down there, it was this long line for funnel cakes, and it was like $6. So elephant ears, so it's like $6. We was in the line, and the line was so long, and there was so much conflict because little young cats kept bumping me. So we got out of line before I got too agitated and wanted to snap. And we walked probably about like another 125 yards down the way, and man, ran into another elephant ear funnel cake truck. And it was charging $9, and it went from $6 to $9, and I was like, what? But they had no line, right? And so I'm like, well, cool, let's get it. Yeah, just get one. And we paid $9 instead of the $6. And so when we finally got it, man, it was like one of the most horrible
funnel cakes you ever had.
Yeah.
But they were charging the most.
Yeah, they was charging the most. And I'm like, what? And my wife was like, I ain't eating this shit. I ain't eating this. And I'm like, you gonna eat this damn cake? I just paid $9 for this. You gonna eat it? You better lick the cinnamon and sugar off of that one. So we going back and forth. And I was like, you know what? I can do this. I promise you I can do this, and I can do it better. And I was already working at a job, plus doing my little lawn care landscape. And I was about to enroll in these classes. And when I started the classes, the business classes here, Assets Toledo.
I heard of that before.
Yeah, she asked me, so what are you, going to business for? And I was like, well, I got culinary background too. I was like, I want to do something different. And so she asked me, like, could I show her kind of what I was going to do? And I remember I brought her my first funnel cake, bro. It looked crazy. But when she ate it, she was like, oh my God.
It tastes good.
Yeah, like, man, go ahead.
So, I remember, back in the day how people grind. Is this the same kind of grind that you doing now for yourself, harder, or is it easier?
It's gonna be hard. I think it's only hard because it requires more work. It requires more work because being that I'm an independent owner, I have to shop, I have to order, I have to prep, I have to do all of these different things. So you got to pay the bills. If it wasn't for my wife and sometimes with the help of others, it would be like it would be almost impossible to maintain and even make happen. This was my first funnel cake. Hold on, I'm gonna try to show y'all, like, if you could see that. That was the first funnel cake I had ever made with. It was called a strawberry cheesecake. That's how it looked. Yes. See
it's way different now.
But look, this is how, like, over the time I perfected it. So I had went from that to let me show you, because I got like 2 different styles. I went from that to this. I went from that to that, right?
Yeah.
And then when I got a better camera and I got a better system set up, so that was my second one. I learned how to do the blossom and flower, and then
that
I got it
beautiful too.
Right, but this one took it to the next level. See the camera effect? Oh yeah.
And that looks great. Yeah. And they taste even better. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah,
if you ain't had it, you better go get you one. See it, get you one.
You grind hard, man. You gotta grind hard, and then the thing is, in your first year to 5 years of the business, it's
you don't make money like that. You kind of break even. It's not profit.
Well, I mean, it depends also on the person and their spending.
Okay.
If you don't know how to spend, and then on top of that, if you don't know how to live, and then if you don't have support, it really will kill you. especially in the business game. But most times with some people in restaurants, they have this big menu. So it's like it's harder to really make money because you got so much overhead. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, all the stuff you gotta buy.
Right. You got chicken, you got fish, you got steak, you got shrimp, you got, you know what I'm saying? And you got greens, macaroni and cheese, green beans, and it's like, so.
That's a gem, y'all.
Yeah,
Don't sleep on that.
And I'm gonna tell you who gave me it was like some nuggets. It was Gus Nicolaitis. I call him Uncle Gus. Gus Nicolaitis owned what was called the Oaken Bucket when it was on Reynolds out there in the Ottawa Hills area. But then he ended up having Las Scolas, and come to find out, Las Scolas was after their mom. That was their mom's name. But he told me, he said, keep the menu simple. He said, simplify the menu. He said, I never met an Italian that didn't make pizza that didn't make $1 million. He said, I never knew a Hungarian that didn't sell Polish hot dogs, or sell hot dogs that didn't make $1 million. And he said, I never seen a person that sell wings that didn't make $1 million if they kept the menu simple.
Wow.
And he was like, if you simplify the menu, you're gonna sell because it's low overhead.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't understand it until now.
I get it. I'm glad you just told me that because I got other business ventures too. Man, Jim, y'all better not sleep on what this man is saying, y'all. So, fast forward a little bit.
Okay.
To how you got to formulate the plan to get this all going,
Honestly, my funnel cakes wasn't even the original business. It wasn't even the original plan that God gave me. The original plan that God gave me was something different. We got that registered as an LLC as well, and we getting the business paperwork for that. But I was like, God, in order for me to make that happen, I gotta find something
to do now.
And when me and my wife, like I said, when we took that trip to Columbus, it had gave me something that sparked something, and I was like, well, I can get started. But it was just a matter of trying to get people to buy into eating funnel cakes with glaze.
Yeah.
Without the powdered sugar at all, as far as like the presence of powdered sugar.
Yeah.
See, the powdered sugar is in the glaze. The thing is that it's not seen. It's not a visible powder form.
Yeah.
So it was a matter of changing the concept of how people eat the funnel cake. And that's the thing. Like, you can get powdered sugar funnel cakes at a fair, festival, carnival, all these events. But I'm trying to make it to where when you try what we do, it's an experience.
It is.
So
it actually is.
So basically, I had to come up with a way, to make money so I can, put the other idea on the back burner, start making money to where I can start putting money into that idea.
Yeah. And
just so happens, with enough time, discipline, and consistency, it did take off. But it was slow, and I contemplated.
I want to hear some of the rough times. I want to hear about some of the rough times. What was some of the slip ups, some of the L's? Well, I'm not gonna say L's.
Oh, it was
because
some L's.
There's some lessons. I call L's lessons. I don't never call an L.
No, there was real lessons.
What lessons was there in between this time?
I mean, being that we in Toledo, man, it's no mystery. So you got Taco Tuesday all over. But especially like at Evolution, Taco Tuesday, that Evolution was big and epic. And you would always have a packed house.
Yeah.
And so my dude Scooby, he would bless me with the opportunity to set up with no problem. Scooby was one of the very few owners in the city of Toledo that would give me the opportunity to set up a sale.
Shout out to Scoob, man. We're going to be talking right now. Appreciate it.
Yeah. So with Leon, man, Leon would be like, yo, man, come on up here. You know what I'm saying? He'll bless me anytime that he could, because he always was like just open to giving me the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason why I wasn't at the Classic as much is because he had already was leasing the kitchen out to somebody, and she sell desserts. And she didn't want to clash with me. And I understood afterwards. At first I was a little salty, but I was like, yo, because I would pump hella cakes at the Classic. Before she really got to seeing that I was pumping a lot of cakes, she'd be mad. So Scooby was like, come up here. And so one day I go up to the Evolution, man, and I got probably about 40, 50 cakes, man, 40, 50 of them. and I done already pre-made them, so they already done ready to go. And I'm up here and everybody drinking and the music going, and I'm up on top of the stage next to the DJ, and I couldn't sell 2 funnel cakes. 2. And I'm like,
what was the reason? Why you think? What was the reason?
For one, a lot of people let me know that they was drinking. They don't eat. They was like, I don't eat sweet shit. I'm drinking. And then on top of that, a lot of people was like, man, I don't want that shit. I want some food. Nigga, like, man, you ain't got no ribs, and you ain't got no tacos, and you ain't got this, and I'm like, they got tacos in the back, and I'm
just selling dessert.
Dessert, right? And I'm like, man, I was so discouraged because I literally, at the time, it was taking me like a long process to make 40, 50 cakes. It would take me probably about because not only did I have to make them, like fry them, I also had to decorate them. And I had different ones, so the decoration process for each one is different. Plus, when, I didn't have the equipment at the time. So after I finished decorating, being that I did have the degree in what is called serve safe sanitation, after you finish decorating with this flavor, you gotta wash, rinse, and sanitize all that equipment.
So you can even start
another. Yeah. And so that's because you don't want to cross-contaminate, and somebody that's allergic to strawberries, and they eating a lemon, and you got strawberry still on the blade or still on the spoon or on the baker's bag. Now we got an issue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was fortunate to where I was able to make all that, but when I got there, man, I couldn't sell 2 funnel cakes, man. 2.
I like hearing about the hard times too, because everybody want to make it so glitz and glamour. So. Give me another one. Man. One time that it didn't work out as much as that you thought it would.
Oh, another time, man. I was at the Evolution again, but this time it was after Ram weekend, and we out there, and it was a lady that I was real cool with, man, and she was with her dude, and her dude was like, because she was trying to show support because she knew me as a friend, but also, you know what I'm saying, like she wanted to try the funnel cakes out. But her dude was like, fuck that nigga, man. I don't fuck his funnel cake. Nigga, fuck that shit. Nigga, I don't want that shit. Nigga, what you gonna do? And I'm like, I for one, I never even said nothing. like, I'm just trying to sell. Like, how did we go from F to funnel cakes to F?
Yeah.
Like,
how do we get to this point?
This point, right. And then the thing is, the old me, it's like God was testing me, like, what you gonna do? Are you gonna get out of pocket? You know what I'm saying?
Because being in that business, you got to deal with personality.
Yeah,
you got to deal with people's personality.
And the thing is that the old me would have responded the old way, and I had to realize like this is an opportunity to like show that I've grown. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't please everybody, and so dude was like talking real brolic and crazy at me, and it was just so crazy that you know what I'm saying, like the way he was coming off, and so when I left there. My energy had changed. Like I was hurt, heated, but mad, like real mad. And from there, I had like 30 some cakes, and I probably sold like maybe 5 or 6 or something like that to that degree. But then I went to social media real quick and was like, I'm delivering. Man, I think I finally finished delivering at like 4:00 at night.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was all over because delivery is what was helping me expand my product.
For people to
taste it and try it, and and then like so I'm expanding my product. I'm delivering from the east, the north, the south, the west. Man, I was delivering at that time to like Moline, Ohio.
And that's what I was gonna say. The L's got you to maneuver, pivot into something different.
I was delivering out to Napoleon. Man, I was going places that I hadn't thought that I would go. So it allowed me to start branching out further and get away from what I was used to.
This before you had the trailer.
Yeah, before any of that. And then you know what I'm saying? Like the more I got to delivering, I started not having to take losses because when I would like walk up with product or I would try to post up with product, I would be sitting long. When people realized that I could come to them, it opened up a different door.
Yeah.
So it took away that struggle. But
so was you really making money at this time? Saying was it?
No.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm going to get to. Was it gradually making?
No, we was barely rubbing nickels.
So what around? Give me a time frame to where it really started clicking.
Okay, so like 6 months after really rumbling, I started understanding that I was shortchanging myself because I was trying to create a situation to where I was giving them a deal to where they would buy, and I would get it to them, just put it in their hands so they could try it. But I wasn't charging for deliveries and different things like that. And the funnel cakes at the time, this was like 2018 when I first really got started, like in I want to say September-ish, October. So from 2018 to early 2019, I was doing funnel cakes at like I want to say 2 for $20, man. So it would be like $11 or something like that, 2 for $20. But I was using styrofoam with the aluminum layer and all of that, so it was a lot cheaper for the materials. But it was like 2 for $20, and people started ordering like boom. And I say free delivery with 2 for $20, right? Man, and I started realizing I'm in Northwood, Ohio. I'm in Oregon.
The gas is starting to get a little bit pricey.
Oh, the gas is hella pricey. So for me to deliver, I done already wasted probably about $10. Yeah. And I was getting frustrated because my wife, we doing the math, and she like, but I need this and I need that because the rent is this, but then this and that and the bills. And I'm like, well, I only got this. And now I'm looking at, do I go get a part-time job? You know what I'm saying? Because she got a full-time job. She's supportive of what I do, and I had a little savings, but I'm already so deep in the savings that it's almost gone.
Yeah, because I'm running.
But I was like, well, I gotta say that I gotta charge gas, and I thought that at first it was gonna be some like real, you know what I'm saying, rebuttals or feedback of like, yo, I'm not gonna do that, can't give you that. Yeah, but people were so receptive of the process. It was like I was getting not only gas money but tips. Next thing I know, I got gas, and I'm giving away, you know what I'm saying, taking the products, and now I got money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I want to say 2019 is when we started. We started really doing good, but my good days was only on like Thursday and Friday. But Friday, for sure, I had to be at a corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you got to be seen.
Yeah, I got to be seen. I had a table and tent. I got to be seen.
Yeah, I remember them table and tent days. Yeah. I don't know if you remember, but you know, when you first started doing it, it was a funnel cake maker on Facebook. And I had sent you the link. Like, I don't know if you had got it or what, but I was like, man, I see this idea come to fruition. I don't even know if he gonna jump on the idea of getting the funnel cake maker, but I'm gonna shoot this out to my dude, because my dude, he really about to do it. So I don't know if you did it or not, but I did shoot that to you. Like, man, it's a funnel cake maker out there. You know, that was one of the first when you was first starting. Though. Yeah. So, man, I was like, damn, I wonder if you remember that.
When I first got started, the materials that I was using was crazy, but it was working, man. Like, I went to the dollar store and I got no, not the dollar store. I
like to hear that.
I went to the hair store and I grabbed like a bottle, you know what I'm saying, that you would normally pour like what is it, like the oil in or whatever for
your hair
and stuff like that. And I cut the top off, you know what I'm saying, and I created that as my funnel cake pour. So
ingenuity.
So I had a bottle, it like literally like a water bottle with a top on it, a screw, and I'm creating the funnel, like I'm making it happen, and I started. In this pot, you know, I had my one pot. That pot's still with me. I got it put up because you
got to frame that.
Yeah, that's my pot that I'm taking with me to the top.
Yeah, for sure.
So I started in a pot of grease, man, and I knew that, you know what I'm saying, I always needed at least 2.5 to 3 inches of oil in order to get a good funnel cake. And so, but my pot was like like yay deep. It was a saucepan pot, man. Probably about like a good 8-inch saucepan pot. And I was using that to pour, man. But now when I was making my glazes, the glazes was always that was key and essential. But I was only able to make limited amount of glazes because I was using the microwave for a while before I got hip to making bulk and using the pots, the big pots. And yeah, for a long time.
So
man,
is it hard working with the city trying to get licenses to run your food truck? And is it problems trying to get everything really rolling on the legit side? Because everybody hustlers. Everybody is a hustler. Some way, some form of fashion, everybody do something to hustle. So is trying to make it legit, was it hard? Was it hard for you? Because I know like the city sometimes can be a little.
Well, I'm gonna give it to you like this. For a long time, I was trying to stay underground. So that was the biggest thing. I was trying to stay underground because when you come from being under the ground, now you're open, you're exposed, but also you have to pay. You got to pay the taxes. You got to pay all of this, and then these fees, these fines, like everything in order to operate. And I wasn't trying to pay none of that. So for a long time, I was trying to elude the city.
Okay.
But the city does make it hard, depending on who you're dealing with in the city, because you have some people that's just basically not doing their job. Some people, they are doing their job, and they're going to go. Some people will go above and beyond their job. Now, for me,
will they help you? Is it some people that
you got? Listen, when I really got started, and like I said, I was eluding. I was trying to avoid certain people, especially in the health department, because I knew that they were about their business. They was on their job.
They gonna come check.
Yeah, they gonna come. But I mean, you want that for real. You know what I'm saying? And then with us in the black culture, man, we try to stay elude. We want to elude that. But that's part of the process of being legit, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like part of the process of being legit to get to the next level is you gotta have those regulations. You gotta have those inspections, because who's to say that you're not cross-contaminating just because you know how to cook good in the kitchen? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Cooking good in the kitchen is not being able to cook for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Some people may have an allergy. Some people may not, mess with pork. Some people may not mess with
beans, peanut butter,
peanut oil. You know what I'm saying? It's all types of things. Or even with vegetable oil, canola oil, is differences. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's differences in these amount of oils that we using. You know what I'm saying? Even olive oil, grapeseed oil. So a lot of people, they want to elude the process, or even, be legit. And then, and I was also creating more of a problem for myself because I was trying to stay underground. I was trying to stay
below
the radar, but I was already...
People already know you're too big.
My target on my back was way too big. So I could no longer really be under the radar like that. And so, but the hate was real. The hate was real, not within just the city, but the hate was real within the community with certain people, and it still is. But
that's another whole podcast of its own,
right? But I had people in the city willing to help me above and beyond. Like once I finally got the proper paperwork, and you know what I'm saying, me and my wife was really like, my wife was key and essential for everything getting off the ground the way it was. Man, I had people in the health department like going above beyond for me, man. Like my inspector was solid. The lady Stacy, who was one of the main ones chasing me, she was at my heels.
But you finally got cool with her.
Yeah, she was solid, man. Okay. And she keep it so 100 with you, and they want to see you succeed because it brings revenue. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Tax revenue.
Plus they make money. You know what I'm saying? And then I had Sandy Spang. She came. She did what she was doing too. Information, very informative. But a lot of things that I had to do just also required trial and error. You had to learn.
Yeah. You live and you learn. You learn it on the fly too.
But it wasn't as hard. But it was.
I say everybody. Yeah. Excuse me. Say it is.
Nah, it's only hard for a few things. But then you had like when we were going to go get our licensing from certain departments, you had people not trying to do their job. Okay. One lady was trying to send us away, talk about come back in a couple of weeks, when that's not how the government works. You know, if they not there, somebody there to do their job.
Yeah. And if I'm paying, you got to get this done.
Yeah. Why do I gotta wait 2.5 weeks? You know. And so, you know, it was like, yo, it was crazy, but yeah.
So moving forward, preparing to get the food truck. I know you was driving and delivering. Mm-hmm. So preparing to get the food truck, what steps did it take? Where did you have to go look? How did you get the build going? How did that all work?
Well, my wife was also, like I said, key and instrumental.
Hey, she got to be a bad lady, boy. She right there with him.
when you really got a partner, though, because it really requires support, man. If you got support, anything can happen. But we both was looking. But she came across a build, you know what I'm saying, going on in Southern Ohio. I came across it. She came across it. I referenced some stuff to her. She referenced some to me, and we did our research. Then she made a couple of phone calls, and we sought out a builder that was in Southern Ohio. The thing is that once we got it set up, it was either cash or credit. And at the time, we didn't have enough capital to just buy it. Plus, if we would have just bought it, the feds was coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Flat out, the feds was coming, and like, where you get that kind of money? But we didn't even have that kind of money, you know what I'm saying, to actually cash out at the time, because I didn't have money on deck like that, man. I probably had at that time like maybe 10,000 saved up, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't have like the 35,000 that they was asking for, so we had to get a loan, man. Got a loan, the build got underway. We got the build started in like February, March, and the pickup was April. Well, no, May. The pickup was in like late May. And then we went down to Southern Ohio and went to go pick it up. That was my first time actually being on a food truck of this magnitude. I had been on the other food trucks, which is like my homies and them who own trucks, but what I had seen, and what we ordered, it was different.
Yeah, and yours pretty big. Yours is nice. I ain't gonna front.
we got an 8x20 with an island, so it's different. And I needed space. I wanted room. I wanted to be able to operate, be able to have people in there. Yeah. And most of my friends, they had, or my associated friends, they have food trucks that's kind of tight. Yeah. And I didn't want a tight spot, man. I wanted us to be, being able to be comfortable to come and go, move around, But knowing what I know now, man, I probably would have went with a better builder in or not in Ohio, but probably like Florida or Georgia down south.
Because that's where the food trucks, they got
they bought their business.
They bought their business for sure.
Yeah, here they just do quick builds, and when you really introduced to it, first you're excited, you know what I'm saying? But once you really get to noticing and seeing, you get to understanding, like, I have a food trailer that looks good, but there's no insulation. So I have to pay for insulation to be insulated, for it to have insulation.
Warm,
to stay warm, or even to keep it cool, to have it going, you know what I'm saying? There's all types of little, nook and cranny things that, happen at any given time, man. One of the water pipes wasn't glued, you know what I'm saying, enough. So when I'm pouring hot water down the sink, all of a sudden I got it leaking, and I'm like, it's a brand new trailer. Like, what's going on? So now I gotta call other people to come in to fix something that should have already been
done right.
But they told me I should have knew when they told me the warranty is over with once you leave the lot.
Wow. But that's learning, man. That's learning. That's learning. So what's next for Glazzem funnel cakes, man?
Everything.
Sky's the limit.
Yeah, we going. Well, for one, ain't no competition, man. I'm not competing with nobody. My competition that I look at is like McDonald's. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I want McDonald's money, man.
Yeah.
Competing with somebody on my level or even on the food truck level, we ain't competition, man. We really work better together than apart.
Yeah.
So for us, it's just, sky's the limit. This year, we're going to have a burger battle, chicken wars, and taco war. And that's
look out for that, y'all.
To me, I feel like we need to really start capitalizing and doing a lot of things that how will I say, we give too many people too much power of our dollar, but also our business. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason why we shouldn't have our own pumpkin patches and apple orchards.
Amen, for sure, for sure.
I mean,
but how was we gonna get all the brothers to come together and really try to put this together and take over our city back, basically? Not just from the young men, but from the leeches that's coming into our neighborhoods and extracting all the money out of it.
Each one you teach one and you reach one and you just try to stay at the task, man. The task is not gonna be easy. Like sometimes, man, we gotta watch some people die off in order for that mindset or that lifestyle in order to die off. And some people, it's necessary for them to die off. It's horrible and sad as it is. That's the way it has to be, because with that goes that lifestyle of living and mindset of thinking. You know what I'm saying? And like even with Willie Lynch, it took over 200 years for Willie Lynch to really take effect over generations and generations of people. So it's not something that we might see in our lifetime, but if we create it and we start it, then it'll be passed down. So you know what I'm saying? In another 200 years, in the lifetime of our, great grandkids or whatever, yada yada, they'll see the fruits of not only the labor, but they'll manifest the fruits of, you know what I'm saying, our labor.
Yes.
They'll eat from the harvest of our labor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's how we start. Which is generational wealth. It's not just money. You know what I'm saying? It's a mindset. It's a lifestyle. It's to create. Because the truth is, too many of our people are stuck, man, stuck mentally, and we keep looking for the government to help and change, where the government has never given us nothing good.
Never.
You know what I'm saying?
Never.
So for me, like, why do you keep looking for somebody to come in and take care of you when they've never did before?
Everything that they ever gave was detrimental to our community.
We better pay attention. And I took a playbook out of Dearborn, Michigan. Dearborn, Michigan is the population is
majority Arabic.
Yeah, it's a 70% population of Arabic.
The most Arabic people in the United States live in Dearborn, Michigan. Just a fun fact, if y'all didn't know.
And point being is, how many problems do they have in Dearborn?
None.
Great economy.
Zero. Everybody's working.
Everybody working.
They got shops, weed shops. They got everything. Food.
People support people. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody in poverty. Ain't nobody living in the slums. You know what I'm saying? Money is distributed throughout the whole city of Dearborn the way it's supposed to. It's not like here in Ohio, you know what I'm saying, or in Toledo, like because the West Side bring in the most money, Stark get the best looking school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, they split up the funds and make sure they push out the money equally throughout the cities. So therefore, not one school is struggling. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah, and think about that, man.
Yeah.
And
so how can we come together, like even our small group of people that we had today at the brunch? We need to start. How can we come together and make something? This is for us, and we know we putting our money in, and this is what we're gonna do.
It's a snowball effect, man. It takes time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, avalanches start with the snowball effect.
Yeah,
And for real, if we want the avalanche to happen now, but it's not gonna happen right now. And like I said, when I use the term, if I was already a millionaire or / billionaire, you would have so many people jumping at the opportunity to try to get on board.
Yes, sir.
So, but what has to happen is we have to start where we're at. Plus, it shows the discipline, but also it shows the magnitude of who's serious.
Yeah, because all the fakers gonna fall off.
Exactly. And who's meant to be there is supposed to be there. You don't want people around that's just for the validity of being seen and the fame, man. Because some people in this for fame, like not in it with us, but I'm saying some people just want the fame. They want their name to be mentioned that, oh, I was there, or I was this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they look for validity. They want to be valid with people, you know what I'm saying, that don't even care about your name.
Or nothing that you're really trying to accomplish.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? To me, it has to be pure intentions, because this is not something, you know what I'm saying, like even for me, it's the start. We started, I know it's going to be meant for me to go, you know what I'm saying? And as it gets started, who's going to step up They'd be like, yo, who's willing to take the medal?
Yeah, I'm with it. Let's go. This is a marathon.
Yeah, this is a marathon.
Hey, we're going to pass the baton.
That's it. And that's the point. You got to constantly pass the baton. You can't slip with the baton. You got to pass the baton to somebody that's going to get the baton and take off running.
Take off running, yeah.
You don't want to pass the baton to a slow runner, man.
Yeah. Hey, that's a gem too, y'all. So, you know, when the next brunch gonna be, you know, and you know, if y'all gonna come, if you say you're gonna come, do what you say. I ain't mad. I don't care. I ain't mad at you, but damn, do what you say.
I know, and you know, as we thought about it, I know COVID is hitting a lot of families right now, and life hit. You know what I'm saying? Life hit. But you know, we are we only as strong as our word is, man. You know what I'm saying? If your word means something, then let your word mean something. Because if your word means nothing, then that means you ain't nothing, bro.
Nothing.
And you know what I'm saying? And I understand that, you know, your word mean everything, man. Be a man of your word, you know what I'm saying? Because that's all we got in this world.
Hey, man, the man just showed me some stuff, though. I'm telling you, hey, tell them what's next, what you gonna do next with this, what you just showed me, though, man. Because I don't know if they know you do that, too, dude. I don't know.
What?
They know the coffee.
The coffee's it.
Oh, man, it's crazy.
February 20th is our next men's brunch, 10 o'clock a.m. through 12 o'clock p.m. I mean, if we get more men, who knows, man, we can stay around a little longer, you know, chop it up. But it's same place, Glendale Garden Cafe. They treat us cool, so might as well keep the ball rolling. But coffees is, yeah, man, that's why not do coffee, man.
Hey, he just showed me some woo-wee. He got another level we about to take it to.
But it's money in the coffee, just like it's money in the hot chocolate, you know. Over this winter, since winter started, when we were asked to be a part of the Pro Medica's Nights of Lights, man, I wasn't really selling just funnel cakes, man. We were selling more hot chocolate. Yeah, because when you got people out there walking around and looking at the lights, it's cold.
It's cold out there. We need something to warm our hands up and our body.
And I was shortchanging myself, me and my wife. I was telling my wife because we were selling cups of hot chocolate for $1. And there was a lady from a coffee house had came down there because she was one of the vendors. And man, her small hot chocolate that I was selling for $1, she was selling for $3. And then she was selling her largest for $5. And her line was ridiculously long. But the thing is that I told you, they thought that they were getting something, you know what I'm saying? Different because, you know what I'm saying, her line was long and she was charging more. And a lot of the clientele that was going there, they thought that they was getting something explicit. When in all actuality, we selling the same product for real. It was Swiss Miss. And she was really just pouring one packet of Swiss Miss into a 16-ounce cup. So you was drinking chocolate flavored water, really. It wasn't even hot cocoa no more because it was so diluted. You know what I'm saying? People was coming to us and I'm giving you the appropriate amount of hot chocolate per water, man. And it's like you taste it. Plus I'm giving you the whipped cream and the caramel and all that. The toppings, because I got a trailer. We
but you branding yourself too.
And so, but our line started getting longer, and then I told my wife, I was like, we can't do this $1 no more because look, for one, we not making the money, but for two, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's keep it fair and square. You know what I'm saying? She doing it for $3, she doing it for $5. Let's do it for $3 and $5. You know, because I don't want to undercut her, but also, you know what I'm saying? Why undercut myself?
For sure.
And I promise you, as soon as we had took the price up, man, I just started doing $5 cups, man. We took off. I probably did about 125 hot chocolates.
Damn.
Hold on. In 2.5 hours.
Wow. Yeah. That's rubbing elbows. You doing, you know, you were in the right places at the right time.
Yeah.
And you're doing the right thing. So, you know, Lord gonna bless you anyway, yeah.
Represent Toledo University, so hey man, I need my money for your sponsorship.
Sponsorship, yeah, come on with it, sponsorship. But thank you, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man. We gonna be there, man. Anything you need me to do. If you need my help, man, just let me know.
Make sure y'all check out Q on the podcast.
Hey man, check us out, supporting B.O.B.S, man. I'll be back at y'all with some more.
We're gonna be talking again soon.